I reckon every kid has a dream.
Where do dreams come from?
Comes from your imagination.
What is that?
It's like a world of things that you think of.
Imagination is the source of our creativity.
When we can all come together, imagine how we can change the world. Imagine how we can help others.
You can go off into far places.
It helps us create a life that we want.
With no imagination comes no creation. With no creation, there is no future for our world.
I reckon every kid has a dream.
Where do dreams come from?
Comes from your imagination.
Are we willing to take risks and turn our imagination into reality?
I reckon every kid has a dream. It's like a world of
Where do dreams come from?
things.
Imagine how we can help others.
I want you all to create.
I reckon every
It just helps us create a life that we want.
Create whatever you want to make the world a better place.
I reckon every kid
Where do dreams come from?
comes from your imagination. Like a world of things that you think of.
Create whatever you want, but first, I want you to imagine.
Hi everyone, it's great to see you all. It's been so long since we've got together. I'm here to host our graduation ceremony today. So for the last time, we'll be gathering as global ambassadors of equality and celebrating the story that we all created together in 2022. So I wanted to start out with a few reflections from me over the last 2 years. And it's been hard I was thinking about writing a script, doing a couple of dot points, and realized like it's best just to go from the heart as we've done all this year. And what I keep coming back to is the shared connections that we've had, and the vulnerability that these areas that we've had to go into to share our stories and connect with other people, and the bravery that takes as well. And while we've been exploring imagination, being able to embrace the journey and the roads that it leads into every single corner of our existence. And I have learned so much from you all as well. So it's been an incredible journey for me. I've done lots of writing on it and artwork, so I really want to express my gratitude for the sharing of knowledge that you've had, and it's given me so much energy as well. So, and it's been great energy. So I am really grateful for all of the time that you've taken, not only to connect with us here on the screen, or the ambassadors, but the people that you've actually directly worked with in your relational networks as well, in your area. I have Tanitsuwa, who is joining me today as a co-host. Have we got you there, Tana?
I am right here. How are you, Steph?
I'm good, thank you. Excited to be wrapping up our chapter for 2022. Tana, what's a quick reflection from you on the last 2 years being at Imagination Uni?
Being at Imagination Uni has been amazing for me. I think my greatest highlight is meeting a lot of people from different parts of the world, because trust me, I do not think you'll find a network that is this diverse. And it also helped me grow even in my writing, because as I explored writing from different perspectives, I also got feedback from my different peers in the network. We got to talk, we got to chat, and we got to collaborate and have monthly meetings, talk it out. And I learned a lot from everyone I've met so far.
Yeah, wonderful. It's been incredible to not only see your growth, but to hear all of those perspectives weaved into your poetry and your writing. And one of the lines that you said in your graduation submissions was like your understanding that the world writes for us. And like, I really felt that. So I think, the world shapes us in its constant state of becoming, and we write and we shape the world as well. It's like this constant cycle. So yeah, you planted a seed in my brain that will keep growing as well. We do have a couple of awards to present tonight, Professor Hope's Awards. And we will also open the floor for some reflections from you all before we wrap up tonight's meeting. But before we jump into that, let's have a look at a little highlight reel that we've put together to scratch a little bit of the surface of all of the great stuff that we've done together this year.
Howdy, my name is Elizabeth Miller, and I'm currently here at Texas A&M University in College Station, Texas, my new home.
Hi, Abdul Zakaria Mukhtar is my name, from Ghana.
My name is James O'Mara. I'm an Australian living here in Laredo, Texas, USA. My highlight from my year at IMAGI-NATION University was Anna, my co-CEO. She imagined, and Jim Hollis from Calculus Roundtable made an unlikely connection at Google to make her dreams a reality.
As the Global Ambassador for Equality in the Joint of Ambassador, it has been an insightful experience throughout the journey with him, helping to contribute a change to a fairer world.
We definitely learn from failures. Failure is not a bad thing. Failure gave us a courage, replanning, rethinking with some new passion, with some new innovation, new motivation, and new courage.
I've learned to unlearn to be able to learn something new every time I'm at AIM. Whenever I'm on calls like this, I'm meeting interesting individuals that are doing amazing things around the world, and it's quite inspiring. It has me really humbled to see that we have kind people living amongst us.
Meeting people from around the world, from across Australia, hearing their stories, hearing about their projects, and keeping up with everyone about how they will do it. It is inspiring.
Many people in the world have different ideas and very different extraordinary ideas. But the main thing is to execute that idea. And IMAGI-NATION University helped me to execute my idea. And I think that is the one thing that really helps me. And that is the takeaway from IMAGI-NATION University.
And then I think like what I've learned most maybe from this year is like the power of brave goals, and remembering that like the goal that I shared at the beginning was like the moonshot, you know. So if I haven't opened up to space, which is where I maybe unrealistically wanted to be by the end of this year, that's okay. Trying to remember that it's like that saying that, like, you know, it's the moonshot. So if you don't hit the moon, you still fall in amongst the stars, and trying to hold both like what we have achieved with the ongoing possibility that it's like it's not over because you're not there yet.
My highlight for my IMAGI-NATION University experience is the amazing collaborative art and creative with my students that changed their lives and mine. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm sending you lots of love to Maggie. Thanks and good.
Yeah, like I said, there's a very small portion of all of the work that we've done together, and your shifting systems and system change takes a lot of self-reflection as well, because we are the system, and I deeply know with everything in me that we can do this as humans, connecting on relational in relational networks that when sorry, I'm losing my train of thought at the moment, but I'm also getting a lot of nervous energy coming through. But it is my, like, I feel it with everything in me that we can do this. Like, what we've started is a spark that can keep going, and we'll pass these notes forward to, you know, people 50 years from now that'll pick this up and have the courage to change things that we know can be healthier for all of humanity as well. So with that, I think it's the perfect time to lead into Professor Hope's Design Awards. And we have Tanitziwa here to give us the recipients of these awards. And maybe we'll start with a little bit of your reflection on imagination as well, Tana, if you have any words of wisdom for us.
Thank you so much, Steph. For me, imagination, to be honest, is powerful. Imagination is creativity. Imagination is building the world around you. I remember one lesson I learned from Jack during all week in my first year of Imagination Uni was that we are writers, but the world writes for us. So everything around you impacts you on what you write, your way of thinking, and you can never run out of words just mainly because of that. We can design the world, we can organize mobility for positive change in the world with the same stars but in different patterns. And all that is possible because of the way that we imagine and the way that we think. So imagination is a very powerful tool, and I believe it's one that drives Imagination University to its highest levels.
Beautiful. Let's lead into the awards and share the screen, please, Angus.
So our first design awards, Hope's Design Awards for the 2023, are for delivering pop-up imagination factories and tutor squads in schools while overcoming communication barriers as they connected and monitored young people in Queensland, Australia. These awards go to Kelly Griffiths, Luke Jekyll David, Kiara Bowater, Malia Carl, and Davon Hattier. May I ask if any of you are in this call so that you may say a few words?
No, I don't think we have them on the call, but how about we take ourselves off mute and give them a huge round of applause?
Congratulations to all of you. Next, we have the awards for connecting the nodes in the network to organize change by successfully implementing the core CEO model and delivering weekly mentoring sessions with the young people in the Boys and Girls Club in Laredo, Texas. Our first award recipient is Elizabeth Miller. The second award recipient is Anna Hinojosa, and we also have James Omiara. May any of them, if they're on this call, please raise your hands and unmute so that you may say a few words.
Yes, well, good morning here from Texas. My name is James O'Mara. Had the pleasure of working with Anna and Elizabeth. But let me just start saying, Madam Vice Chancellor, esteemed Imagination U professors, and my fellow Imagination U graduates of the class of 2022, congratulations. We here at Texas are humbled to be receiving this award today. And I'm receiving on behalf of Anna, my co-CEO in crime, and Elizabeth Mizler, our amazing artist in residence. This award has special meaning to us because these two wonderful youth leaders have dared to dream in the daytime and made a positive impact in their world. We'd also like to express our deepest gratitude to Professor Hope for creating such an inspiring imagination cookbook. His 14 ingredients for imagination provided us with, and countless others, with the tools and support required to turn our dreams into reality. Professor Hope's vision and dedication to our mentorship has been instrumental in shaping our personal and professional journeys, and we will be forever grateful for his guidance and encouragement we discovered while exploring his blueprint for bringing imagination to life. I also want to thank the entire team at AIM for their tireless efforts to empower the disadvantaged youth and promote social justice through education. The innovative approach to mentorship has been a game changer here for the youth of Laredo. I have no doubt that their work will continue to make us a positive impact on the lives of many people across the planet. Finally, we want to thank you once again for this incredible honor. We promise to continue to look to the margins, see the talent that thrives there, and give them access to Professor Hope's imagination ingredients, so they too can create magic at the margins as they build a better world for all. Thank you.
Tex Mex and Flex. Yeah, baby.
Amazing.
Well done.
Congratulations once again. Our next award goes to Aston Hawkins Nichols, Nia Lewis, and Rihanna Hawkins. Please forgive me if I pronounced your names incorrectly. This is for setting up pop-up factories in the community school and exploring the value in imagination to solve local issues with learners and always looking for emergent learning opportunities to regenerating and creating positive change. Congratulations. If any of them are on this call, may you please unmute and say a few words.
Hi, my name's Aston, and I just want to say thank you. I'm very grateful, and just working with AIM over the past few years, it's been now, has been an amazing experience. I'm genuinely just so grateful for the connections I've made. Myself and Nia, we had the opportunity to facilitate with AIM in Sydney on Gadigal country, and it was incredible. We got to do it at the Sydney University, and just the learning that came with, getting outside of our comfort zone throughout the past year, being a part of IMAGI-NATION University. It's just been a whirlwind, but it's been fantastic, and I've loved every moment of it. So thank you.
Good job, Aston. Yeah, and Rihanna.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Yeah, Aston. Yeah, Aston.
Well done.
Well done, Nia.
So our next award goes to Olaiwola Busayo Adenio for leading the mentoring chapter to build relationships with mentors and young people while exploring opportunity pathways beyond local boundaries for tertiary education in Nigeria. If they are here, may you please unmute and say a few words.
Doesn't look like Elijah Waller's joined us tonight, but let's take ourselves off mute and give him big congratulations.
Congratulations, yeah.
Congratulations. Congratulations once again. Our next award goes to Danarin Mendieta Vargas for creating workshops that generate artistic skills and social awareness, such as dance, theater, writing, ecology, and continuing to seek out opportunities for young people experiencing vulnerability in her community in Peru. If Danerine is here, I'm so sorry again. May you please unmute and say a few words.
Good afternoon, good evening for everyone, or good morning, depending on your country. Thank you for this award. In my case, I am Danerine. I am 17 years old. I'm Peruvian, and now I am studying in France, but I started this project last year, and it's totally challenging because I need to start Science Zero when help for someone's groups or someone people who decided to believe in this project. And for me, it's an amazing opportunity to help others, vulnerable children, vulnerable teenagers who haven't enough opportunity to access this kind of culture, this kind of ways to start the creative professions or creative activities, because the case of Peru now is a complex, and maybe you'll listen something about that. But I mean, in this time, we need to focus on this kind of group because people who haven't enough resources or opportunities, and I mean, if someone, in my case, myself, can to create this kind of opportunities for them, I need to take this opportunity to create these others. Yeah, thanks a lot because I mean the mentoring program helped me in this way, and I learned a lot, and I inspired in the other history of the other projects. And thank a lot so much.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Irene, so cool.
And now we would like to hear a few words from Professor Hope. So sit back, hang tight as we watch Professor Hope's video.
Hello, everybody. It's so great to be able to talk to you on this great year of Imagination University. To think of you all coming and working out how to organise change from all around the world, oh, it's a joy. It's been a joy to hear all of your stories, and I'm just so thankful and proud of you. And I think one of the most beautiful things that you've embraced is the idea that we don't know anything, really. We're always just learning, aren't we? Always finding our way, always thinking, and always trying. This network will be a home for you for the next 10 years as we count down to seeing how much change we can create together, and let's work as hard as we can and with as much joy in our hearts as we can as we move forward as a species and try and solve the challenges of our time with imagination in our heart. I send you nothing but respect and all the best, and congratulations from me, Professor Hope. Take care, everybody. Keep looking after each other.
Thanks, Professor Hope, and thanks so much, Tana, for helping and sharing the stage and co-hosting. I feel like the whole roller coaster of emotions that's been experienced this year, the things that stick with me are the joy, the moments of joy. So even when I forget my words and kind of have mind blanks and feel that nervous energy, that doesn't stay. So I hope that you feel part of that energy as well, and remembering that what we're doing and putting out will come back to us in some way, shape or form. I'd like to start by opening up the floor to all of you. So I've shared like my hope for the future. Like I really believe we can find value in kindness and joy and change the metric systems that we operate within now. So I'd love to open it up to you all to maybe share like, what is your hope for humanity in the next 10 years? Go 50 years if you like. But for the last time, keys to the city, the stage is yours. I would love to hear from you.
Yeah. Hey guys, here we are on the main highway that goes from south to north on the New South Wales Australian East Coast. We're sitting behind the Imagination Embassy, visiting 300 schools across Australia. And here we have Paris Lee, an ex-mentee at AIM from Western Sydney. We've got Alejandro, our resident magician, and Blakey, our driver, an all-time vibe guy. So we just wish everyone such good vibes, like to stop over and get some lunch and get some dinner and hear from you guys. You know, Tana, Nia, Aston, and all the gang from all over the world. Darien, you are so special. Thank you. Danarine, sorry. Thank you so much for sharing your vision and bravely going about your work. And we just wanted to send you vibes. And for the next 10 years, I hope that we can have energy moments like I've just seen on the screen. Paris, what do you hope for the next 10 years?
I hope that I just keep seeing people like you guys just going out there and getting your dreams, conquering those fears, and bringing hope to everyone in the world.
What do you reckon, Alejandro? What are you dreaming of?
I'm dreaming of sorry, I'm bad with names, Tanarine said, focus on giving, I hope, that people have more opportunity.
What do you think, Blake?
Yeah, that was awesome. We're about to go visit some schools and ask them what they think an imagination classroom is. So my hope for the next 10 years is to keep getting answers and solutions from the kids and from young people because it's their future and it's their 10 years that, you know, they're going to be living in the future. So we're on the search for some answers for some young people around Australia on what imagination is all about. So I'm very hopeful about that. It's good to see you all. Thanks, Steph.
Thank you, Steph.
Thanks, Tanit Siwa.
Throwing it back to all you, gang. Keys to the city.
We'll all have a go here from Texas. Great to see you, Brendo. Missed you when I was in Australia, but we'll catch up. You're always on the road. Our vision here is in the next 10 years, Laredo becomes a city of joy. And what we've done is we've framed the hoodies, the joy hoodies. We picked up 5 of these and we're going to send them, actually present them to 5 of our ambassadors, our joy ambassadors for the city. We're bringing together the leadership or the CEOs of police, border patrol, fire, the city, and the Boys and Girls Club. And our goal is to get everyone ready for success in life, starting from the youngest child in Laredo through to the oldest resident. So watch us. Within 10 years, we'll be a city of joy led by the leaders of the city, and joy will just run through the DNA of Laredo. So that's our vision, and that's where we're taking it.
I love that, James. The floor's open for anyone else to jump in.
I want one hoodie.
Come to Laredo and you can join the joy, yeah.
Yeah, Jake, how you going?
Yeah, so I just wanted to say, like, for the next 10 years, I think it's so important that we sort of think about how, like, lessons should be taught, and is it good to keep it in 4 walls in a classroom? Because I think learning and education is so much more beyond the 4 walls of a classroom. Like, we're learning right now online, and I think the potential there is absolutely huge. And right now, I live in the UK, but I'm studying abroad in Armenia. And like right now, this is like a current conflict zone and there's war going on at the border. And actually the things I've learned from coming here is sort of how important peace is in this world. And actually by people coming to Armenia to study, we're all about 16 to 20 years old, all here studying. And it's so important. And you actually learn that doesn't matter where you're from, you're all just people. Like I have some of my classmates, some of them are from Ukraine and Russia and they're friends. And that's just one example out of so many. And I think peace is something that we can use sort of education as a force to bring people together.
Beautifully said. We have one of our staff members actually who's from Armenia. Yeah, amazing. One of our staff members is from Armenia as well and shared some information with us. What we're exploring as well with our systems change is peace as the pathway. So how do we transition into that world? So thank you so much for sharing, Jake.
I wanted to take an opportunity to read out something from the Imagination Declaration because, and if you're not familiar with that, it was following the Uluru Statement from the Heart in 2019. A group of young Indigenous people gathered in East Arnhem Land at a youth forum, the Gama Festival. And this is from a note that they created in a collaborative way, a declaration, Imagination Declaration. And one of the parts in this really stood out to me, which is that we do not want to inherit a world that is in pain. We do not want to stare down huge inequality, feeling powerless to our fate. We do not want to be unarmed as we confront some of the biggest problems faced by human race. We can design the solutions that lift islands up in the face of rising seas. We can work on creative agricultural solutions that are in sync with our natural habitat. We can re-engineer schooling. We can invent new jobs and technologies, and we can unite around kindness. We are not the problem, we are the solution. We don't want to be boxed. We don't want ceilings. We want freedom to be whatever a human mind can dream. And that's all from me.
Well done.
Thanks, Ashton. We'll leave it open for a couple more minutes if anyone wants to jump in.
And just follow up on Jake's point. Like, I really love what he was sharing. And one of the strategies we're using down here is we close the gap by filling the gap. So we're going to the margins. We're not looking at the mainstream schools. It's actually the after hours, before school, and those other spaces. So I just encourage folks to look around. Once you start to look, you start to find these ambassadors who are just wanting to get involved, but just don't know how. And so coming back to building those bridges, spreading that spark. And I love that declaration, Ashton, beautiful, about how the future, you are the future shaping the future. So create that space for folks to have their voice, use their voice, and connect them, or build those bridges to those folks who are influencing the margins, and just watch the magic happen.
Yeah, thanks, James. The making space, I had a bit of an epiphany on that this year. Like, you can make space for people, or you can have a making space where you come together and you make things together. And that's what I really think we do. It's a making space. We make tools to pass on, we make memories, we make story, and we don't curate we help to curate the story. We don't design the whole song. It's what comes after in the sequence and the connection. Yeah, and then I start getting twisted in all of the cycles where it just starts looping in and around itself as well. Yes, Mahim, thanks for.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we've got you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just out of my house and can't turn on my camera, but it's my privilege to be a part of this ceremony. And today's ceremony make me nostalgic because it's been 2 years I have this privilege to be a part of this IMAGI-NATION University community. And from the very beginning of this journey, I got whatever I wanted to pursue my dreams. Actually, the main difference that I have experienced is that in this world, I have said this many times, but I want to say that once again, that in this world, many people, most of the people wants result, but only few have the courage to walk with us along our road. And I think IMAGI-NATION University does that job very good for all of us. We are trying to put a step forward in our own journey. And sometimes we need some support, sometimes we need some guidance, and which can hold our hand and we can work together towards an achievable goal. And I think that is the main factor for me that make me understand that why IMAGI-NATION University is very important and very essential part in my life. And I think this is something that we really want, because in this world, we cannot do something all by ourselves. And the great things come with great community, great things come with great communication. And I think this building bridges and these unlikely connections will help me to not only achieve my personal goals, but also put a step forward towards solving any global problem. So once again, thank you very much for letting me be a part of this community. I look forward to work with all of you in the days to come. Thank you.
Amazing, thanks, Mahim. Yes, Tana and Sagnik both have their hand up. Take stage. Oh, I think Tana might have just dropped out, so it's over to you, Sagnik.
Oh, all right. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we've got you.
All right. I just wanted to say what a journey it has been for 2 whole years. It it was so beautiful being with everyone, working alongside so many mentors, and also mentoring people along the way. The fact that we were able to communicate with people from around the world, create so many great changes in so many different ways, this was amazing. And also, I've realized, I've come to realize, when I started this journey, I was so much different than who I am right now. There were so many things that I learned along the way, of which one of the biggest things that I will forever remember is to accept failure. One thing that I want everyone to remember is that it's the journey that we need to focus on. The destination is, of course, ours to make, but the journey is what will get you there. So focus on the journey. And there would be detours, there would be ups and downs. The road is never smooth. And every failure that you go through, you need to take a small break, you need to breathe, and you need to understand, how can this experience help you get better? And that's what I have taken from this whole journey of 2 years. There were so many ups and downs, and so many times when I felt like I was going to give up, but I'm so grateful that I did not. And now we're all here and we're creating amazing change. And change does not happen overnight. It keeps on happening. And therefore, I wish to see in the future all of us working towards our dreams and towards our goals, and helping this planet become much more accepting, much more loving, and much more peaceful, because those are very needed in our planet right now. So once again, I'm very, very grateful to be a part of this community. This whole journey, it makes me very nostalgic, very emotional. So I want to thank everyone in this room, and also who are not in this room, from the bottom of my heart, for being a part of this journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sagnik. Bizain, over to you. Would you like to share?
This experience literally was amazing. It helped me a lot with my personal project that I'm conducting here in Lebanon. And I have done a lot of achievements here with related to climate change, mental health, and education. We've targeted these sectors, me and my friends. And with imagination, it helped me see stuff from a different perspective from all around the world. And imagination felt like family. So everyone is so nice, and we're all connected. And we are the future, we are the change. So it's nice that we are building this community that will take on the world and hopefully shape it to be a better place to everyone. So yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Wonderful to see you here. Over to you, Tana.
Well, for me, when I started my journey at IMAGI-NATION University, I wasn't really confident in the way that I wrote. I wrote because I felt like I needed to in order to express my emotions, because being a child, I grew up in a society where talking out wasn't really something. And so I started writing and expressing my emotions in that way. But upon joining IMAGI-NATION University, I learned that writing is way much more than just spilling out your emotions. Writing can shape the way that people view something. It can communicate a message that can create mobility for positive change. And through your imagination, you can do a lot. You can do so much. I didn't realize that until I talked with Angus, engaged with all the peers. I talked to Steph, we joined the Imagination Lab, and even through those interactions, I learned a lot. And I remember my first year project, which was a book on domestic violence and child abuse, actually recently got published. And I never thought it would be possible for me to become a published author, coming from someone who wrote just because they felt they needed to. So IMAGI-NATION University is something that helped me gain confidence in myself, in my writing, in the world that is around me, and in my experiences. And so I believe what I would really like to see in the next 10 years would be a world where the youth are confident enough to take charge of their own lives, as well as take charge of the responsibility of being the next generation of leaders for the world, in order to create equality and to solve the root causes of the world's problems.
Wonderfully said. Thank you so much for sharing. I feel like this is come to the time where we get ready for our dance party to send us off into some good vibes. Huge appreciation to you all. Let's keep building and running at this thing for the next 10 years and see how far we get. Deeply appreciate all your energy and your kindness and your knowledge that you shared with everyone. Do we have some music to take us out, Angus? Actually, just a second. We have 2 more people that would love to share. Malak, are you there?
Yes. Yes, am I audible?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. I also just wanted to share about my experience in the IMAGI-NATION University. I will keep it short and simple as much as I could, but before I do so, I would like to personally thank my colleague Zaknik. He's the one that actually introduced me to the University of IMAGI-NATION. And at first, like, I was, quite confused, like, really, I wasn't sure if this was the right choice, but like, an advice that I got is to always go with the flow if you feel like it's right for you. And despite like the age that I was, and that is like, I was 14 by the time that I knew, and I actually was still fascinated. So I've joined the IMAGI-NATION University, but I'd tell you, like, my life really did change 180 degrees ever since, because I've always wished to be known in the community, and IMAGI-NATION University never failed to make me feel that way. I've been introduced to many mentors, many people that I got to meet through the breakout rooms, and it was like one of a kind. So like my journey in IMAGI-NATION University was also a really wonderful one. The project we were working on under the citizens ship, and it was about Genesis. It's called, like, that's what our business is called, and it's regarding the mental health for all kinds of young adults till the adults, and like we support them mentally the most. And like it's been an amazing journey because we did like the breakout rooms also for the people that we did our workshops for, and like it was the one of a kind journey. So I really did have a great time with the IMAGI-NATION University, and I really hope like this also continues to go more further. Knowing that we will graduate today did make me emotional to know like this journey is certainly coming to an end, but it was really like a beautiful one. I've got to know many other people, many mentors, and I've spoken and networked with a lot of people. Everything always happened fast whenever I needed something, and that's what made it special. Yes.
Wonderful. Thanks, Malak. It's been great hearing all about the growth of Genesis and the Institute and how this is helping to generate some flow through there. Chamiso, how are you?
Good day, everyone. I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. The floor is all yours.
Okay, fine. Well, I'm connected from South Africa. Am I audible enough?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, it's fine. I just wanted to share my story. Well, I joined the IMAGI-NATION in 2021, wherein I was invited to a career exhibition by one of the presidents in our institution at the University of Venda. whereby we went there to have fun. And of course, it was a wonderful opportunity. Well, I believe that this is a journey whereby one can join it in order to gain exposure, to see how best one can network with others. Of course, now we are living in a world whereby technology is moving very fast, but we need to adapt to it. So through networking, I guess it's one of the most, the platform that we can use to ensure that we better prepare ourselves in the future. So in the journey, I've learned a lot, whereby I got an exposure to learn from learners who are doing grade 8 to grade 12. Mostly in our institution, we're focusing on mentoring learners, assisting them with their schoolwork, and we also had some having some fun, whereby we used to have anti-bullying awareness, sort of, so to say, whereby we went to different schools. And what I like the most is that learners themselves, they tried they prepared a sort of a session whereby they enunciated to us how best they can eliminate the issue of anti-bullying in their secondary schools. And of course, gender-based violence is one of the most pertinent issues that continue to arise within the country worldwide. So I think as the mentors of AIM, we need to stand out and also recruit those students who are, learners or individuals who are outside the school, because mostly we are focusing on those who are inside. But what I thought is that we can also raise our voices in our community to see how best we can reach those individuals who are not at school, to see how best maybe they can come in. And of course, now we're looking at the high unemployment rate in the worldwide, maybe coming up with some project that will perhaps bring something on the table. And I hope this is a journey that I think one can join and of course share much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Great little nugget of wisdom in there for learning while laughing. And on that note, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you somewhere soon, and enjoy the rest of your day.